There's something happening before the world even wakes up, while most people are still tangled in their sheets, snoozing their alarm for the third time and dreaming of someday, somewhere, someone rescuing them from the life they refuse to build themselves. There's a different breed of person out there, someone already up, already in motion, already ahead. The millionaire, the kind of person who doesn't need to be told what to do because their actions are led by vision, not emotion. And the truth is brutally simple. If you want to live like the elite, you have to start acting like them. Not someday, not next month, but now, before 7 a.m. Now, before we get into it, pause for a second. If you're serious about rising above the average and creating a life with purpose, power, and direction, then this channel is for you. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button to support this kind of content, and comment below what you're going to start changing in your mornings, starting tomorrow. And most importantly, click the link in the pinned comment. It will lead you to a powerful opportunity that's helped thousands take control of their time, energy, and income. This isn't just about watching another video. It's about deciding who you're going to become, because mornings are not just a time of day. They are a battlefield, and the way you show up when it's still dark outside says more about your future than anything you post on social media. Millionaires don't wake up early because it's trendy. They do it because time is their most valuable currency. When you own your morning, you own the trajectory of your entire day. It's not about checking boxes on a productivity app. It's about building momentum when the world is silent, when nobody's watching, and when you could easily roll over and do nothing. That's when it matters most. The mistake most people make is thinking they need motivation to wake up early. But millionaires don't rely on motivation. They rely on systems. They understand that motivation is like a spark, but systems are the firewood. You don't get up because you feel like it. You get up because you said you would. Because you're training yourself to be the kind of person who keeps their own word. That's discipline, and discipline before dawn is the breeding ground of greatness. There's a certain silence in the early morning that feels almost sacred. The rest of the world is asleep, and in that stillness, there is space to think clearly, to move deliberately, to connect with something deeper than notifications and noise. Millionaires use this time not to react, but to direct. Their mornings are not chaos. They are a calm, calculated launchpad into action. Not rushed, not frenzied, but powerful. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If your first interaction with the world every day is checking your phone, you've already lost. You've surrendered your attention to someone else's priorities. A millionaire's morning is built around intention. It's not a coincidence. It's a conscious choice to protect their mind, to prime their body, to prepare for battle, because life is a war zone, and how you show up at sunrise determines how you survive until sundown. Some of them meditate, some of them exercise, some read, some write, some just sit in silence and think. It doesn't matter what the ritual is. What matters is that it exists, that it's repeated, that it's non-negotiable. Millionaires treat their mornings like sacred ground because they understand that chaos avoided in the first hour of the day is worth 10 times more than productivity forced in the afternoon. It's not about doing more. It's about starting strong. And no, this isn't a romantic story where the sunrise changes everything overnight. It's not glamorous. It's not always exciting. But it's powerful. It's a quiet rebellion against mediocrity. It's saying, I refuse to be ruled by randomness. I refuse to start my day already behind. I refuse to let the world set the tone for my mind. Instead, I will lead. I will decide. I will dominate the day before the world even wakes up. When you look at those who have built empires, their calendars don't begin with chaos. They begin with clarity. They don't hit snooze, because they know every time they do, they're practicing quitting. And that's not something you can afford to rehearse, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you start your day with excuses, Don't be surprised when you end it with regret. Now let's talk about energy. Millionaires guard their energy the way a warrior guards his sword. They don't waste it on nonsense. The early morning becomes a charging station for their mindset, their focus, and their inner power. While the rest of the world is sluggish, groggy, complaining about the coffee being too weak, they're already moving, already thinking, already building. They know that their ability to focus before sunrise gives them an advantage that can't be bought. And yes, some people will say, but I'm not a morning person. But the truth is, nobody is born with a millionaire's morning routine. It's built, it's earned, it's created through consistency and discomfort, through choosing discipline over ease, through doing what most people won't so you can live the life most people never will. Being a morning person isn't about biology, it's about decision. If you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or behind, the first place to look is your morning. Not your job, not your bank account, not your relationships, but the first hour of your day, because that hour is where your life is silently shaped. Every decision you make before the sun rises is like casting a vote for the kind of future you want. Are you voting for the version of you that settles, or the one that soars? This isn't just about being productive, it's about being powerful. Starting your day before 7 a.m. isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. It's the chance to do something most people won't do, and that alone puts you in a different league. The truth is, if you keep doing what average people do, you'll keep getting average results. But if you want what millionaires have, you have to start doing what millionaires do, and it begins with the morning. When the sun finally breaks over the horizon, the world begins to stir. But for those who already own the morning, that light is not a beginning, it's proof. Proof that they were already in motion, already locked in, already ahead. While others blink sleep from their eyes and complain about how fast time flies, millionaires are already 3 moves into their strategy. This is not by chance, it's design. Their mornings are built to eliminate friction and build momentum. The coffee is already brewed, the workout already done, the journal already filled. They are not trying to catch up with the day. They are commanding it. And here's the thing no one tells you. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about eliminating decisions. Millionaires don't spend the first hour debating whether or not to do the things that matter. They do them automatically. There's no drama, no negotiation, no emotional storm. It's quiet, cold, and clear. They don't wake up wondering how they feel about their life. They wake up and shape it, over and over again, until that routine becomes an identity. Until they no longer just do hard things, they become the kind of person who does hard things. When you see someone thriving, dominating their industry, seemingly always ahead, you can be certain of one thing: they are not winging it. Their mornings aren't accidental, they're intentional. Each one is a small investment that compounds into massive returns. And most people will never feel that because they refuse to suffer a little in the silence of the morning. They'd rather suffer later, when the price is higher and the regret is permanent. But millionaires pay early. They do what is necessary now so that their future is free. And let's not pretend that it's always graceful. Some mornings are a grind, some are heavy, but the beauty is in doing it anyway. In pushing through the fog, the fatigue, the resistance. Because on the other side is something you can't buy or fake self-respect. The quiet power that comes from keeping promises to yourself, from proving daily that you are in control. That is what the morning gives you. It is not about showing off, it's about showing up. A millionaire's morning is a rejection of average. It's a statement to the universe: I will not waste this life. I will not wait for permission. I will not be ruled by sleep, by laziness, or by weakness. While others are still dreaming, I am doing. And that edge, small, invisible, daily's what separates the ordinary from the exceptional. You might be thinking it sounds extreme, that it's too much. But that's exactly why it works. Because most people won't do it. Because most people look for balance instead of excellence. They chase comfort instead of growth. But if you truly want a life that stands out, you have to live in a way that most people won't. And the morning is where that life begins. It's where the mind is sharpest, where distractions haven't yet started screaming, where you can think without noise, move without comparison, build without interruption. It's a clean slate, a head start, a moment that belongs to you and no one else. If you wait until the day grabs you by the throat, it's too late. The damage is done. But in the morning, before the world intrudes, you can set the terms. You can choose intention over reaction, purpose over panic, vision over noise. There is an elegance in simplicity. Millionaires simplify their mornings to maximize power. They remove chaos so they can enter the world sharp and unshaken. They aren't looking for a dopamine hit, they're building internal strength. They don't start with scrolling, they start with silence, with motion, with clarity, because those first choices ripple out. A calm start leads to focused work. Focused work leads to extraordinary results. And extraordinary results, repeated, create freedom. That's the game. You don't build an empire by luck. You build it with repeated days of doing what others won't. The alarm goes off. You get up, not because it's easy, but because it's time. Because there's no one coming to save you. Because no one will do your push-ups for you. No one will fix your life while you sleep in. You either take control, or you become a byproduct of someone else's discipline. That's the brutal truth. And when you finally feel that rhythm, that control, that edge, it's addictive. Not the caffeine, not the biohacks, but the ownership. The realization that every inch of your day can be directed with intention, starting with the first breath, the first step, the first thought. There is something ancient and powerful in that, something warrior-like, to rise before the sun and sharpen yourself, mentally and physically, while the rest of the world dreams. If you're still listening to this, it means you're hungry for more. Not just information, but transformation. And that's what this entire channel is about. So don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't already. Drop a like if this message resonates with the part of you that's tired of living small. And comment below what part of your morning you're going to claim back starting tomorrow. But most importantly, click the link in the pinned comment, because that's where the real shift begins. You've heard the message. Now it's time to take action.